My name is Prince Andre Khalid Corbett is my full name. I was incarcerated for 3.5 years. I ended up broke, homeless, and sleeping in my car. And out of desperation, I ended up robbing a business. And I got away that night, but when I got arrested a year later, I found out that I was charged with 2 other robberies that I did not do. So the one I did, I pled guilty to. One of them that I did not do, I took to a jury trial and lost. And then I pled guilty on the third one to take advantage of a 74-month plea deal rather than risking an extra 4 or 5 years. So full time, my full sentence was 74 months, 3.5 years incarcerated, and then 2.5 years on supervised release. So I got out of prison December 29th, 2005. And then 2 weeks later, I started at Twin Cities Rise with their job training program. And then a few weeks later, I had a job working about 30 hours a week. So going through as a participant of like working about part-time and going through a training program really built in me what it really means to like work full-time and like go to school part-time. Currently, I work at Ramsey County as a racial and health equity administrator, and it's working with a lot of our senior and executive leaders around policies, processes, practices to really reduce racial inequities and create more welcoming environments within not only our workforce as an organization, but also within the community.
What I liked about Prince, he left such a strong impression with me when we first met 5 years ago that I always kept him in the back of my mind for opportunities and pathways in Ramsey County. He's a change maker. The status quo isn't an option for him.
During some of the darkest moments of working to serve this community through times of great trial and tribulation, Prince is someone that was always there. He did outstanding work, but in doing that work, he did it while always finding a way to do it optimistically and with love and compassion toward both his fellow employees and the community at large that we're there to serve.
I remember going into the prison resource room, and somehow there was an application for Twin Cities Rise and some information that I had. So I filled out the application. I sent it in probably about 4 or 5 months before I got out of prison, just because I knew I needed a training program. I needed some help in like making a transition. They had emailed or wrote back and said that they had a cohort that was starting in January, and I knew I was getting out like the end of December. So that was the first place that I contacted, and that's how I got into Twin Cities Rise. And I found out one of the directors at Twin Cities Rise, called the work release director directly and was able to get permission for me to start, provided that I had a job working at least 25 hours within 3 weeks. So it was like that level of advocacy, like for someone who just got out of prison, like really meant the world to me back then.
Hey, Prince.
How's it going, me?
Good.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Prince is, if people don't know, he's a ball of energy. He likes to have fun. He also has a really strong heart and passion for the people, and a kindness and a patience also that it takes to help people who are in a space of struggle, but also get them into a space of striving.
Twin Cities Rise to me means a commitment to growing and developing my life for the better. It means that I always, within the back of my mind, whenever I'm going through something difficult, a reminder that I am important, that I'm valuable, and that I'm lovable. I have my graduation ring that I've worn every single day since 2007. And I wear it on my ring finger because to me, it symbolizes a marriage of my commitment to my goals and to being the best possible person that I can be. Even though every single day is not a good day, the good days like really outweigh the bad. Centering the fact that people are important, valuable, and lovable, sometimes, at least in my circle, like isn't something that I heard every day. So that getting those affirmations, learning about self, the empowerment curriculum, like what I got out of empowerment, like really helped change my life during that transition, because it helped me like deal with my own self. And sometimes I know for people who may be coming through, we don't always get those opportunities to hear the positive things, to really reflect on our own self and our life choices and the choices that we have to make. To be honest, I do not know where I would be without Twin Cities Rise. I am the fruit of your donations and the fruit of all of the support and volunteer work that has been done. Because without that support, without those donations, without people volunteering and connecting and being involved, there's a lot more of me's that are out there that came from Twin Cities Rise. And without your support, without that contribution, all of the me's that are out there will not be the best me's that we are.